Peace and Black Power family. Welcome to another episode of October Daily Reflections. This is day 16, and we are here. I'm your host, of course, your brother Knowledge Warnala, and I'm excited about this series. The series has really given me an opportunity to dig into some things in a short, compact fashion, and share some words of encouragement, words of motivation, and some insight, with the family. So just been interesting. I think I'll do a reflection of a reflection at the end of it all and kind of share the story of the whole journey. So we'll deal with that in a second. Make sure wherever you're listening to, you go over to www.youtube.com/ and do the knowledge radio. That's DOTHAKNOWLEDGERADIO. Y'all looking at this shirt. This is Urban Excellence by my brother, the Black Dot, and his family and son Malcolm. Go to www.urbanx.nyc. Go through support. They got books, merchandise, they got apparel, all kinds of things. So make sure y'all support Urban X and check out their podcast, Urban X TV on YouTube. So let's get into the word of the day. The word for today is equity. And equity is reported to be defined as the quality of being fair and impartial. Equity, the quality of being fair and impartial. Things synonymous with that: fairness, fair mindedness, justness, justice, equitableness. Let's look at the second definition: the value of the shares issued by a company. Value, worth, valuation, ownership, rights, proprietorship. Heavy. In finance, equity is the ownership of assets that have debts or liabilities attached to them. Equity is measured for accounting purposes by subtracting liabilities from the value of an asset. So there's two sides of the balance sheet. You have assets and liabilities. You list them on the balance sheet. In order for you to achieve your goals, the goal that you set in the middle, in your vision board, or wherever you keep your goal that you visit daily and that you make strides to hit those benchmarks for that particular goal. You have assets and you have liabilities. You have assets, those things that are there, that this goal, the attainment of this goal, will yield you in return. These are your assets, things that can give you a return on your investment. Then you have liabilities. Then you have things that are associated with this goal, just like a business. This goal is your business. This business is your goal. This goal is your business. This business is your goal. You have liabilities. You have things that you have to pay out along the way. Sacrifices that you have to make in order to get these returns on investment. So equity looks at it in a space and place where it says the assets that have debts or other liabilities attached to them. Equity is measured for accounting purposes by subtracting the liabilities from the value of the assets. So if the value of the assets in your life are pushed towards a dollar figure or a high priority within your life, it might be your highest priority. Equity comes in and says, okay, this is what this is worth to you. This is what it's going to cost. And when we look at that, oftentimes we don't, do knowledge to that situation right there to see these things that we say we want, they have a cost associated with them, just like the cost of doing business. So, what are those things that you do in your income producing activities? I'll deal with that next. I believe in the next video. Income producing activities to increase the value of your assets and limit the amount of liabilities associated with it. So let's look at that goal. What are you doing? Everything possible. Everything possible. You are supposed to be your most valued asset. Are you creating value with the assets that you possess to limit the liabilities? Limit that situation liability. Are you limiting liabilities out of your life? And are you in the space where you're bringing assets into your life, things that add value to you, and increasing liability, those that take value away from you? So these are persons, places, or things, like nouns, persons, places, or things that are assets. And on the opposite side, the inverse side, you have those that are liabilities, persons, places, or things. So what are those things that are in your life that are bringing you value, that are helping you along the way to establish true equity? What are those things in your life that are liabilities, that are taking away from the sum total of your equity? Okay? So this is the value of shares issued by a company. Value. Worth. Is your value appreciating or depreciating? Are these things that are in your life, is it appreciating with time or depreciating with time? Okay? What are you looking at to increase your equity, to increase the value of your assets? What are you looking at? What actions, attitudes, and behaviors that you are engaged in that deal with decreasing the amount of liability that you have in your life, that you have in your business, that you have in pursuit of your goal? And so let's continue to walk in urban excellence towards our goals, our aims, and objectives, understanding that liabilities are a part of life, and liabilities are a part of business, and liabilities are a part of goal attainment. So let's make sure that sweat equity increases our shares in our company, and we deal with that in that best manner, in equity of treatment to ourselves, to our families, to our communities, to our nation, to our creator, to our ancestors, and to our goal. Let's operate in the greatest spirit of equity. And let's continue to add value along the way and improve ourselves in such a manner that we ascend to the height where we become invaluable. So the word for today was equity. Make sure, if you like what you heard, go to www.youtube.com/Do the Knowledge Radio. That's DOTHAKNOWLEDGERADIO. Peace.